We're so excited to have so many of you. It is a record-setting day for us, and so please bear with us as we try to move you from session to session today. We've got an extensive program planned for you. You all should have received the program when you first checked in today. And so please plan ahead. Don't feel like you have to go everywhere together. You can separate. The students can go to one session, parents can go to another session, and that's perfectly fine. I want to tell you a little bit about the class this year because it has been an extraordinary year as far as the applicant pool and who we've invited to Providence College. This year we received 9,655 candidates for admission. We've invited a group of 5,400 students to join our class here this year. Among you, there are 51 valedictorians this year. There are 43 students who were ranked number 2 in their class, salutatorians. We had 245 students in this class who were ranked in the top 5 students in their class. 669 students who were admitted exhausted their curriculums in high school, had their best curriculum available that they could have taken, meaning they took all APs and all honors. 122 students had a perfect 4.0 grade point average this year. 514 students had a GPA of 3.9 or higher. So this is quite an extraordinary group of students. 57% of you are females, 43% of you are males, 57% come from New England, 33% come from the Mid-Atlantic, 10% are national and international, and 9% of you are legacy students, meaning your brother, sister, mother, or father attended Providence College. While these numbers, I think, are incredibly impressive, I am amazed by the numbers. I'm equally amazed, or shall I say even more amazed, by the dedication and the level of involvement that the students have outside of the classroom. Among you are class presidents, student leaders, student government, captains, co-captains, athletes, multiple sport athletes, captains and co-captains, musicians, artists, leaders in plays and theater productions. The level of involvement, dare I say the amount of community service that students do is equally as impressive as the academic credentials. And we spend a lot of time in the admission office selecting students. We spend 6 months reviewing applications. And this is why we do that, to invite those students who we feel are the best fit and match to Providence College. Today is a celebration. There's no doubt it's a celebration. It's a celebration of our entire community coming together to welcome the potential future friars. Our faculty are all here. Many of our staff, all of our departments are here. And we are very, very excited to welcome you and to answer your questions today. Please do not hesitate to ask us any of your questions. I hope our goal is that you leave here today with a real understanding of what Providence College is all about and with all of your questions answered so that you can make the best decision possible. This morning's panel, we have members of our community that are here to welcome you on behalf of different parts of the community. The first to welcome you is the president of Providence College, Father Brian Shanley. Father Shanley.
Thank you, Raul. And on behalf of the college, and especially on behalf of my brother Dominicans, I want to welcome you here to Providence College. This is the first time we've done this in the gym. It kind of feels like a basketball game almost here. We renovated this gym last summer, and it really looks good. It's the place where Providence College basketball really came to prominence, was right inside of this gym. If you come here, you will be part of the centennial class at Providence College. We will celebrate our 100-year birthday in 1917. So you're coming at a time where we're really ramping up for our centennial celebration, and you will be the high point of the graduation year in 2017. And I just want to, in the interest of full disclosure, tell you that this is going to be a construction site for the next 4 years. In case you haven't noticed it, if you came in down where our rink is, we're renovating and expanding our hockey rink. We had a great season this season. We have a terrific coach, both men's and women's. We have a hockey rink that we built in '71 that looks like it was built in '71, and it's now going to look like a 21st century rink. So that area is going to be a construction site. The parking lot next to the rink, while you're here, will become a field where our soccer team and our lacrosse teams will play. Where you see a softball field, there won't be a softball field. That's moving to another part of this campus. You're going to see that while you're here. There's a field next door here that this summer, and for you when you come back, will be a track with intramural artificial turf field in the middle of that. While you're here, you will see Dorr Hall, which is an old residence hall, become a School of Business building. While you're here, you'll see the street between the two parts of our campus, Huxley Avenue, become a pedestrian mall because we bought it from the city. It's one of the great coups we had this year. The city needed money, we wanted land, and now we own that strip of land between the two sides of our campus. And when you come back in the fall, you will see a completely different look of that campus. You'll see a connected campus like we've never had before. While you're here, you're going to see something happen next to this building. I'm not sure exactly what yet. In the short term, it's going to be a big parking lot, and there may be more to come going forward. And while you're here, and this is the most important thing, and this is why I saved it for last, you will be the first class to go to Western Civ in our new Ruane Center for the Humanities. That big building that's going up next to the library, we almost got the wrap off of it for this because I was like, please take that wrap off, but we're not quite ready yet, so you could see what this building looks like. It is the most important building that we've ever built, in my opinion, at Providence College. And it represents our stake in the ground about the importance of the humanities. And Mr. Mike Ruane, who's the former chairman of our Board of Trustees, and his wife, Liz, have been generous enough to allow us to build that building first in terms of our expansion plans at Providence College. In that building will be the history department, the English department, and the arts honors program. And every single one of you who comes to Providence College will spend 2 years of your life traipsing into that building to take a course in the development of Western civilization. We have revamped our curriculum completely. But Western Civ stays at the heart of it because we believe at the heart of what it means to be educated is to be able to begin to understand the deepest questions about life. I know your parents are all looking for a return on your investment and you want your kids to get a job, and we're going to help them do that. But our task, first and foremost, is to help them understand the meaning of their lives. That's what a liberal arts education is all about. The humanities asks those basic questions. What does it mean to be a good human being? What's right? What's wrong? What's good? What's true? What's beautiful? Who is God? Why do I exist? Those are the questions that define our lives. And we want this to be the place for you for the next 4 years to begin to grapple with them. You will never completely answer any of those questions, but we hope that while you're here, you begin to understand a partial glimmer of the answers to those questions. Most importantly, and this is my last thought, because I'm going to let our students and our teachers tell you more about who we are. I came across a quote this week. I've been on a couple of long plane rides and done a lot of reading. And I came across a quote from Cardinal Newman in a book I read coming home from San Francisco. Cardinal Newman says this: God has created me to do him some definite service. He has committed some work to me which he has not committed to another. I have my mission. I may never know it in this life, but will be told it in the next. Whether you come to Providence or not, what I hope you come to understand over the next 4 years is that you have a mission. God created you uniquely for some task in this life, some work, some call that you and only you can do. And you have to accept that it's always going to be a bit of a mystery. We never know the meaning of our lives completely until we get to God. And then we'll understand retrospectively what our lives really meant. But we get a glimmer of the meaning of our lives when we go to college. It's where I got the glimmer that I was supposed to do what I've done. I had no idea I was going to end up the president of Providence College when I sat in your seat. I did not know what the mystery of my life is, and this job is a mystery to me, let me tell you. And I don't know what the rest of my life is going to be like when I'm done with this. There's something else, I'm sure, that God wants me to do. And when I get to it, I'll know what it is, but I don't know it now. And someday, when we get older, and I'm starting to get to that age, we reflect upon the meaning of our lives, and we see it differently at different points in our lives. You look back now on the meaning of your life, and it's only just begun. And the mystery will begin to unfold for you in the next 4 years. That's the beauty of college. That's why I've been on a college campus my whole life as a priest. And that's what we want for you, the Dominicans here and our faculty and our staff, to help you begin to understand the unique mystery that is the meaning of your life. And the books, the conversations, the friends, everything that you will do if you come here will begin to unfold for you the mystery of your lives. And it will be our joy to help you unfold that mystery. So wherever it is that you go, if you go to that school in Worcester, and by the way, Providence is a much better place than Worcester, so whatever that school is in Worcester, you'd rather be here in Providence. That school that's not really in Boston, I don't remember its name either, you know, this is a much better place to be. We're going to be a better basketball team than any of those schools also. But I'm not here to sell. Coach Cooley's in the background over there. He's clapping away, and he says he looks like crap today. I says, you're a coach. You're supposed to look like that. So it's okay, Coach. You don't have a suit and tie on today. That's all right. This is an exciting place, and this is going to be an exciting 4 years of your life. This place you're going to feel, if you come here, like you're part of something that's really moving forward. This, for me, I couldn't be more excited about the next 4 years of what we're going to become here at Providence College and what you might become if you come here. So I wish you all the best wherever it is that you go. You can't all come here or we'd have a problem, so not everybody's meant to be here, but the ones of you that are, we look forward with excitement for the next 4 years. And again, wherever it is that you go, I want you to believe you have a unique vocation and mission. God made you for something that nobody else can do. I'd like you to believe that and have that unfold for the next 4 years, and God bless you with the mystery of the rest of your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Next, to welcome you on behalf of the student body here at Providence College, I'd like to introduce Laura O'Neill from Manchester, New Hampshire, and the class of 2013. Laura.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Providence College Family Day 2013. I'm incredibly humbled to address you today as a representative of the Providence College student body, and on behalf of Friars everywhere, would like to extend my sincere congratulations to all of you on your admission to the PC community. Through your excellent grades, extracurricular activities, leadership, and community involvement, you have proven you embody the passion for learning and passion for others that defines the students of this institution. You should be very proud of what you've accomplished thus far, and I hope that you're looking forward to what's to come. 4 years ago, in 2009, I sat exactly where you sit now. After a wonderful high school experience marked by inspiring teachers, a challenging course load, and meaningful friendships, I embarked on the college search process, eager to map out the next exciting stage of my life and academic career. There was just one problem. After applying to over a dozen schools, I still had no idea where I wanted to go or what qualities were most important to me in a college or university. I applied to huge public schools, tiny liberal arts colleges, universities close to home, and institutions halfway across the country. No matter which way I looked at it, I failed to find a common denominator amongst them, and I have to admit, I was starting to panic that I wouldn't be able to find somewhere that I truly belonged. But on that day, as I toured the beautiful campus, met with professors, and chatted with current students, I finally felt a sense of connection. I finally felt that I was home. A few weeks later, and with the support of my family, I submitted my deposit check to PC, slapped a Friars bumper sticker on the window of my car, and eagerly anticipated the adventures of freshman year. What I first realized on Family Day, and continued to discover later on as a student, is that Providence College is a place where learning is defined by both academic success and the process of self-discovery. As a political science and public and community service studies major and a member of the Liberal Arts Honors Program, I have been exposed to a wide range of topics and ways of thinking about the world, and am genuinely astounded by the number of incredible educational opportunities I have been afforded in my 4 years here. I have been challenged in classes ranging from Latin American politics and Black studies to Kantian ethics and Western Civ. I have engaged in seminar discussions with former Chilean President Ricardo Lagos, presented research findings at academic conferences, and have had my own beliefs and assumptions challenged in debates with professors and classmates. In all aspects of the academic programs at PC, the curriculum is designed to teach students to not just listen and regurgitate information, but to break down that information, question it, and make it your own, and apply it to the real world. As a student in Dr. Rick Battistoni's community organizing course, I learned what it means to be an activist for positive change when a team of co-collaborators and I organized a college jumpstart program to increase college access for refugee high school students living in Providence. And in Dr. Pugh's Model Organization of the American States course, I traveled to Washington, D.C. to participate in a conference with students from across the Americas, where we practiced the arts of lawmaking, deliberation, and compromise. Through these practical learning experiences, I not only learned more about the nuances of international relations and the development of social capital, but I also forged lasting relationships and gained greater confidence in my abilities as a leader. None of these transformative experiences would be possible, however, without the work of many wonderful and inspiring professors. I promise that I make no exaggeration when I say that the passion and dedication of the faculty at this school are unparalleled, and their constant encouragement has been the driving force behind many of my successes as a student. In my experience, PC professors are not only extremely qualified, but are also notorious for going out of their way to work with students outside the classroom via office hours, email, phone calls, and even grabbing a bite to eat in Slavin. They are a tireless support system, constantly advocating on behalf of their students and showing boundless enthusiasm for their endeavors. Just this past week, as I nervously prepared my lecture notes for a history conference where I will present the findings of a recently completed research study, I received an encouraging email from the professor who nominated my paper for the conference. In the message, he not only offered helpful tips on how to stay calm in front of the crowd, but also stated how proud he was of the work I had done and told me not to be nervous and to enjoy the process. Another former professor, upon learning of an independent student blog project that my friends and I had started up, sent me an email to tell me that he had read our articles and that he supported our efforts to establish an additional medium for students to discuss campus news and express their creativity. As I near the end of my senior year and begin the job search process, which is about as scary as the college search process, my advisors have been incredible resources for recommendations and career advice, often clearing out time in their already packed schedules to meet with me to discuss my progress. With all this being said, it's safe to say that the academic environment here is one where students are respected and empowered by faculty. I always knew that I wanted to take a semester abroad while in college, and when I moved to London last spring, I not only fulfilled a lifelong dream of traveling Europe, but also completed an internship with the UK Labour Party. Working abroad was incredible. For once, I was surrounded by new friends who were just as passionate about politics as I am. I gained a global perspective to my political ideology and learned more about the detailed intricacies of European law and governance that I previously could only learn of in texts and articles. I even had the chance to sit in on Prime Minister's questions and hang out in the halls of Parliament. When I returned to the US for the summer, my campaign work abroad secured me an unbelievable internship as a full-time community organizer with President Obama's re-election campaign. Seriously, it was a dream come true. I had wanted to work for the president's campaign since I was 18 years old. I wrote my entrance essay to PC about my work as a high school volunteer in 2008. The job was brutal. I worked 80 to 100 hours per week for 7 months in the battleground state of New Hampshire. But thanks to my professional experiences and academic work at PC and abroad, I was more than prepared for the task. Some of the great memories that I will take away from my time at PC are from work with various internship positions facilitated through the college. As a sophomore and junior, I worked as a community assistant with the Refugee Resettlement Department at the International Institute of Rhode Island, where I organized PC volunteers to facilitate ESL and life skills training for a Senegalese refugee family that had recently settled in Providence. Despite the language and cultural barriers that threatened to divide us, we found common ground through sharing meals, playing games, exchanging photo albums, and laughing at our silly attempts to use improvised sign language. As the children rapidly learned English, we discussed the difficulties their family faced as newcomers to this country, and their longing to return to a homeland where they no longer felt safe. I learned so much from them and have come to treasure the friendship that we built through our work together. Though I no longer work at the Institute, I still visit the family every few weeks and have been welcomed into their home for birthdays, holidays, and religious celebrations. In addition to my friends and mentors, these are some of the most important and unexpected relationships that I will take with me when I graduate in May. I've also been able to get involved and forge great friendships through the many clubs and organizations on campus. As an avid music lover, I've worked as a DJ with our nationally ranked radio station, WDOM, for 3 years, where I broadcast a weekly 2-hour program dedicated to rock, indie, and folk music. I've also had the pleasure of serving on Student Congress and the Board of Multicultural Student Affairs, where fellow students and I helped pass legislation on the Freshman Common Reading Program and organized events like the annual Cultural Jamboree. And with the innumerable community events sponsored by student organizations each semester, ranging from trips to Newport and Red Sox games, to trips to Newport and the annual Clam Jam barbecue hosted by BOP, it's easy to take advantage of PC's vibrant social atmosphere. The final aspect of life at PC that sets this school apart is the incredible sense of community amongst the students, faculty, and staff. The PC family is an oft-used phrase on this campus to refer to the sense of trust and companionship that unites us all in the pursuit of veritas. The PC family is not being able to walk through the library or Slavin Center without being stopped by at least 3 people that you know. The PC family is meeting up with your friends in McPhail's on a Friday night and planning mid-morning coffee trips to LaSalle Bakery down the road. The PC family is professors inviting their classes into their homes to share a meal, and cafeteria workers like Dot and Flo stopping you in Raymond Dining Hall to ask how your week is going. With a population of around 4,000 students, it's so easy to get to know people through classes and campus activities. And with easy access to museums, concert venues, and amazing restaurants in the city, and fantastic activities on campus, there's a chance for everyone to enjoy the social atmosphere. While driving down to school on move-in day my freshman year, my dad told me that college would be the fastest 4 years of my life. And now that I stand before you, just a few weeks away from graduation, I can tell you that not only has my time at PC flown by, but it has been everything and more than I anticipated. Your time at college will be some of the most exciting and formative years of your life. So push yourself to try new things, put yourself out there to meet new people, and keep an open mind. Wherever you end up, whether it's at PC or another worthy institution, take advantage of the amazing opportunity that is before you. But it is my sincere hope that as I spend these next few weeks soaking up the last precious drops of my PC experience, you too will fall in love with the school that I call home. Have a wonderful day, good luck, and go Friars.
Thank you, Laura. Finally, to welcome you on behalf of the faculty here at Providence College, I'd like to introduce Dr. Patrick Kelly from the Accountancy Department, the chair of the Accountancy Department. Pat considers himself one of the happiest faculty members in America, and he told me to tell you that.
And I'll get to that happiest faculty thing in just a few minutes. First, congratulations to students. Being admitted to Providence College means that you're smart, talented, successful, and have a good resume. Nice going. There are thousands of students who would like to be in this room who are not. So you have achieved something special. Congratulations to your parents. Your support for your sons and daughters have contributed to their success. I can relate to your situation. See, 9 years ago, my wife and I attended Family Day with our son Liam. 6 years ago, we attended Family Day with our daughter Erin. Both attended Providence College and participated in an education program that changed their lives. Both were transformed as students and as people. I'm going to frame some of my comments today based on their experiences, and since I'm the accounting department chair, some of the examples I will use pertain to my department. But there are people from every department represented here today. Where your interests lie, go see them. Tell them I told you to go see them. Ask them what's special about their program, and you're going to get great answers. But the important question I want to wrestle with you today is, why attend Providence College? I figured it out. It's because of the people at Providence College. They make this college a special place. It starts with the admissions staff. They do a great job recruiting people. Once admitted, stay in touch with them. Let's say you decide to come to Providence College and it's around May 20th, Memorial Day, and you say, you know what, I was undeclared, but now I want to be declared English major, or history major, or accountancy major. Call your admissions person and tell them you want to declare. They will get in touch with me or the other department chairs and make sure that you're ready to go when you get here for orientation. Because the other special group of people that we have are orientation leaders and department chairs and academic advisors. We are going to do our best to make sure your transition to Providence College is a smooth one, academically, socially, and otherwise. We want you to get off to a great start at Providence College. The next special group is my fellow faculty members. I find the faculty amazing in many different ways. We've got a nice mix of experienced faculty and newer faculty. In my department, we've hired 6 accountancy faculty members in the last 5 years. They are outstanding. It is my privilege to work with them. If I had to characterize our faculty across the college, it's one that's teaching focused. We are a teaching school first. We don't have graduate assistants teaching classes. Faculty members across the campus do very interesting research, however, that is frequently brought into the classroom. Faculty members are going to serve as your advisors and your mentors, as you heard previously, and we will make sure that you graduate in 4 years. That's important to parents and to students. It's okay if you want to stay at Providence College for a longer time, come back and do one of our master's programs. They're great. Faculty help students as they explore our academic program, and explore they do. 40 to 50% come undeclared. Advisors help students find an appropriate major. My son came declared an accountancy major. No pressure from Dad. And I said, Liam, are you sure? He goes, yeah, I took it in high school. I think I want to do that. My daughter came undeclared. She was going to be an English teacher, history teacher, pre-law, social work, maybe something business, definitely not accounting. In October of her sophomore year, she declared the accountancy major. We have a wide variety of majors and minors and certificate programs. My son was, if you come to Providence College and major in anything, you don't have to do a minor. If you want to do a minor, explore. My son explored. During his sophomore year, he came into my office, he goes, I think I've picked out a minor. I'm going to minor in philosophy. I said, okay, accountancy and philosophy, that's interesting. And he went away. A couple weeks later, he came back and said, scratch that, I'm going to do another. Theology is going to be my minor. I said, okay, great, have at it, good luck. A few weeks later, he came back, he goes, no, scratch that, I'm going to be a music minor. And he was a music minor, and he enjoyed his music minor tremendously. My daughter, Erin, could not forget about that whole English professor thing, and so she decided to minor in writing. And as an auditor, she's really glad she did. The faculty members also guide students on study abroad opportunities, which are great. Next year, we've got 70 accountancy students in the junior class. 20 are going to go abroad in places like Australia, Dublin, London, Barcelona, and Rome. And Father Shanley deserves a lot of credit for this. When he came back as the president of Providence College, he said, hey, I went abroad, and we should have more students going abroad. And we have more students going abroad, and it's a great experience for them. Faculty play other important roles. The faculty led the revision of the core curriculum. And the Development of Western Civilization program, the new Civ, will prepare you for life after graduation. Faculty also drove the AACSB accreditation process for our business program. We received AACSB accreditation last summer, and that accreditation is held by only 30% of the business schools in the country. That's just a continuation of a lot of the exciting things that are happening in the business school. Do expect faculty to challenge you. You're going to enter a challenging workplace and a challenging world after graduation. For example, the Certified Public Accountants exam is one of the most difficult in the country. Our students regularly pass it on the first try. Don't be afraid of Civ. It contributes to your well-rounded education. If there's anyone in Alumni Hall who should be concerned with development of Western civilization next year, it's me. I will be teaching a Civ seminar next spring with a philosophy professor. 6 other business faculty will teach similar seminars with liberal arts faculty members. I think it's great, and I think the students are going to benefit. You've heard about that you're going to be taking your Civ program in the new Ruane Center. Also, before you leave, the class of 2017, business students will take classes in the new School of Business building, which I think is also great. On to student activities. The people who coordinate student activities do a tremendous job. Providence College is large enough to have so many different clubs and student activities, about 100 different organizations, but small enough so that you can have the opportunity to get involved. This year, there were over 600 student events on campus, and they still managed to do my cost accounting homework. So class of 17, go to the involvement fair in September and get involved, even as freshmen. When my son was a freshman, he said, Dad, I'm going to have a radio show. And I said, nah, Liam, I don't think so. There's a lot of folks who want to do that. Well, no, he did have a radio show. He and a buddy had a rock radio show at 10 o'clock on Wednesday mornings. At some days, I think I may have been the only person that tuned into their radio show. but they had a terrific time doing it, and they only did it for 1 year, and I can tell you, it wasn't great, okay? You know, as a father, it wasn't great, but they had a great time doing it. He went on to get involved in an a cappella group, the Student Musical Accounting Association. There's an exact case competition sponsored by the accounting firm PricewaterhouseCoopers, the church choir, and intramural sports. My daughter Erin got involved in many of the same activities as her brother, but also urban action, an adult literacy program, a missions ambassador, Relay for Life, accounting tutor, an alternative spring break, working at an orphanage in the Dominican Republic, which I think changed her life, and intramural sports as well. And after 4 years, in the spring semester of her senior year, her team finally won a championship and she got the t-shirt. It was one of her happiest days at Providence College. Also, Friar fans, it's still great that we're in the Big East. Credit goes to Father Shanley, who was instrumental in transitioning to the new Big East, along with the Big East tournament, which is still going to be held in Madison Square Garden. And I know Coach Cooley's around today, and I see him in the back of the room. And if things go well, in the next couple years, we will see the Friars win the Big East Tournament Championship on a Saturday in March. The next special group is our students. The clubs that I just referred to are mainly run by students. These are terrific people who make Providence College an exceptional place. If you do nothing else during your visit today, speak to students. Ask them about their majors, minors, student activities, and other experiences. I enjoy seeing them being transformed, just like my son and daughter were similarly transformed during their time at PC. The people providing student support are some of the most dedicated at Providence College. We've got a wide array of student support services, including class deans, the counseling center, the academic services center, hall directors, resident assistants, and one of my favorites, the career education center, which has recently added staff to provide additional support for students to be employed after graduation. Jobs are important. They are a tremendous resource. Visit early, visit often. Dominican Friars and Sisters are also special people who impact so many different aspects of student life at Providence College. From the president's office, to the dean's office, to members of the faculty, to the very active chapel program. The chaplains are wonderful people, and I have repeatedly seen the positive impact that they have on the lives of students. Those of you who might be alumni of PC, the Last Chance Mass on Sunday nights is still the most well attended. Last but not least, let me highlight the Providence College alumni. Alumni love Providence College and are constantly involved in supporting our students. This includes job shadowing, mock interviews, sponsoring student activities on campus, providing internships, and hiring for jobs. Today is April 13th, busy season for accountants. This morning, a group of alumni from the Big Four accounting firm, PricewaterhouseCoopers, are back for a 4th year in a row to work on a volunteer project at St. Mary's Home for Children with over 50 accountancy students. Included with the alumni are my son Liam, his wife Caitlin, another PC grad, accountancy major of course, and my daughter Erin, who all work for PwC in New York, but return to Providence and will spend the day with our students. Our students will spend the day serving others, but we'll also hear about the accounting profession, which will make it much easier when they go to interview for an internship or a job. To conclude, because of the people at Providence College, graduates in the class of 2017 will be involved in an education program that will prepare you both for a career and for life. You will still be smart, talented, successful, but you're going to have a different resume based on your experiences at Providence College. Your parents will notice the transformation that takes place in the next 4 years, and at least some of you will develop a similar view of Providence College as my daughter Erin Kelly, class of 2011, who fondly refers to PC as the greatest place on earth. And why am I one of the happiest faculty members in America? Because I work with great colleagues and teach wonderful students at Providence College. It doesn't get any better than that. Again, congratulations to both students and parents, We're glad you're here. Hope you enjoy your day at Providence College, and go Friars!
Now, I realize that I'm the person who stands between you and lunch. I want to acknowledge students that are watching this online today. I want to welcome them. Should have done that at the very beginning. Yes, we are streaming this online live. Hope they got my good side. So there are a lot of you. There are about 2,300 folks, maybe 2,400 folks here. If you all go to lunch at the same time, it will be chaos. There are a lot of things that you can do in the next hour and a half, okay? There are tours going on. The bookstore would love to see you. Not that I have to do a commercial for the bookstore. They do just fine without me. You can take tours. The tours are continuous. Feel free to do that. But you certainly want to make your way eventually to the Peterson Recreation Center to get your lunch. There are tables set up down there. Feel free. Father Shanley guaranteed that the sun would shine today, and lo and behold, I believe there's sunshine outside. So it's a great day to tour our campus. I want to thank our panelists today. I thought they did a great job. I want to finally thank my staff, the admissions staff, because they put this all together. It takes a lot of work. It takes many months to plan this. I want to thank our staff. I want you to enjoy your visit to Providence College today. I wish you all the best, and please, please ask us your questions. Thank you and have a great day.